Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Today we're going to restore an original Sweet 16 Hot Wheels Beatnik Bandit. This car is probably one of the most crazy cars I've ever seen, and I was actually fortunate enough to see a version of this in real life many years ago. But I believe this car was built by Big Daddy Ed Roth, and it was a cool hot rod from the 60s out in California. Again, one of the first cars that Hot Wheels released back in 1968, and we're going to try and restore this car to its former glory. Well, let's go ahead and get started with today's project. I've already pre-drilled the posts out. Well, at least I thought I did. This particular car is the Hong Kong version, and we only had one screw in the back. The nose piece actually fits into a hole where the grill goes. Now we'll take out the roof there. Here's the body. It's beat up. It definitely needs some restoration to return it back to what it should look like. But that purple paint looks pretty cool. I think we're going to use that again. The base is in excellent shape, so that's really cool. The axles and everything are good, but we're definitely going to have to replace the tires. Have to color in the lights on the back end too. Engine's in good shape. We'll just need to get the Molotow chrome pin and get that covered up and taken care of. Kind of fits in there in a little groove there near that post. There it is. Now here's the interior. That's in good shape. The engine fits into a little slot there on the interior to keep it in place. Not one of the better Hot Wheels designs, but hey, it's all we got. Now the windshield is pretty messed up. We'll do the best we can to make that look good, but I don't have a replacement for it, so we're going to have to do the best we can. Let's go ahead and put it in the paint stripper and get this going and get the paint stripped off this bad boy. Hopefully the body doesn't have a lot of toning. Here we're going to put the base in a mixture of lime away and water, a 50-50 mixture, about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we're going to scrub off the tarnish. Once that's done, we'll put it in a little bit of water just to neutralize the lime away, and then we'll see how it turns out. I was doing about 3 or 4 cars here at the same time, so that's why there's so many cars in the bowl. Looking good there. Alright, here we go. There's my Bandit right there. Looking good. Alright, now we got the body here. We're going to use some steel wool, and we're going to polish this up a little bit and see how it goes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell to be alerted to future videos. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, we'll just get in there with the steel wool, and if we need to, we'll use a Scotch-Brite pad and sandpaper if you got some really deep scratches or little nicks or dings that you want to get rid of. But sometimes this is all it needs. When I finished this up, I didn't even have to buff it. It looked that good. Now, I could have buffed it out a little bit more to make it that much more shiny, but it was enough. And this is the key to having a great finish, is to just get it as clean and shiny as you can, and that'll make that Spectre Flame paint look fantastic. Okay, we got it all laid out here now. We're going to put some purple paint on there, put a few tack coats on. Spectre Flame purple. Man, that paint turns out fantastic. This is one of my favorite colors to work with on these old Hot Wheels. Just a few light coats. And then come back in, let it dry 5 or 10 minutes in between, and then come back in and do a little bit more. That's looking nice. Once you get those few tack coats down, then you can get in there and put some saturation coats in there and bring that shine up really nice and get that depth of color in there too. That's looking really nice. Okay, let's move on. Now we got the windshield. Here we're going to dip it in gauzy and coat it. I sanded it down as best I could, but there are some really deep scratches and dings in there. Here we're going to go ahead and mix it up. Just mix it really slow. This way here you won't get a lot of bubbles in it when you open it up. It's a really good product, the gauzy. I like using it. And even if you use the Pledge Revive or whatever, they're both great products. Dip it in there using your tweezers. Make sure it's well coated. That's looking good. Hopefully you can get all that excess off if possible. Then take some paper towels and put the edge down on there and let it wick away the excess material. That's looking good. Set that down. Now we're going to get a cover. I've just got this little Tupperware bowl type thing, and put it right over the top and let it dry with a cover on it. Okay, here's the base. Now we're going to replace the wheels. Put a thumb on either side of it and push off with equal pressure. We got 2 medium wheels in the back and 2 small wheels in the front. That one's having a hard time to come off. Oh, that one's okay. All right. Yeah, that one doesn't want to play. We're going to have to cut that one off. I'll do everything I can to save the tires and put them in a little box to use possibly later or sell them off or whatever. But this one here is giving me a hard time, so I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this one off. I'll cut my finger off first. Just make sure that when you go to cut the wheel off, you're not actually cutting into the bearing. I've done that before, and that kind of sucks. There we go. That's off now. Alright, I got my wheels at the Redline shop. You can go see what they got if you're going to restore some of these older Hot Wheels, but they got other stuff that you can use in some of the more modern cars, like the paints and the decals and stuff like that. Go check them out at www.redlineshop.com. They put out a fantastic product. Alright, now we're going to use this adjustment tool, again from the Redline shop. And again, this tool you can use on modern cars too if you have to bend the wheels or the axles or something like that. Looking good there. Now, as I've said in the past, if you can't get that adjustment tool on there, don't force it. Just do the best you can to get the wheel on. That's looking good. All right. Now we're going to detail in the tail lights on the car. Here I've got a Sharpie paint pen. Just really lightly go over the areas that you want to put the red on, or whatever color you want to use. And if you make a mistake, just get you a cloth or a paper towel with some lacquer thinner on there, or if you have to, get some alcohol and that'll take it off. I prefer the lacquer thinner. And here we got all of our parts. We got the body that turned out fantastic. That's really nice. We got the base all detailed up, shiny, and the wheels are brand new. Interior looks fantastic, and we got pretty much the scratches out of the windshield, and the engine looks good too. We still got to detail that up, but we're going to do that once it's installed. And here's what we started with: an original Sweet 16 Beatnik Bandit. The car is overall it's got good bones. We can definitely restore this car, but it definitely needs a new paint job. It needs new wheels. The engine needs to be touched up, and the windshield, or the bubble there, needs to be gone over too. It's a classic car, and one from my childhood, but these cars are getting harder and harder to find. That's why we got to restore them. Now, I know folks say, oh, don't restore them, they're worth a lot of money. You know what? Like I said in the past, unless they're in a blister and they've never been opened and they're in mint condition, then they're worth money. Yeah, if they're all chipped up, they're not worth that much, but people are getting money for them on eBay because people are paying it. And here's what we got to. a beautifully restored Sweet 16 Beatnik Bandit. Now the windshield or the hood, the glass could be replaced, and if I find some I will replace it. But the paint job on this car turned out fantastic. The engine detailed out beautiful. The wheels look fantastic, and the details on the base look fantastic too. What a beautiful piece to add to anyone's collection. But this one is going in the Sweet 16 giveaway. So we're just about done with all the cars, and we're going to be giving them away pretty soon. So, you know, I know that people are excited to do that, and it's going to be fun to see the reaction of the person who actually wins. But this car turned out fantastic. It's going to go with the Sweet 16 collection to be given away very soon. Love the car. It's fantastic. Now, like I said before, folks, I have a Patreon page. And I know I keep mentioning it, but it takes time and money to go ahead and do a YouTube channel like this. And I go through a lot of supplies. So if you can check out the link for the Patreon page, just to help keep this channel going, that would be fantastic. I would love to have you join me on the Diecast Graveyard team. You'll get a chance to be entered in for drawings. You'll get to see videos a couple of days, if not longer, before the public gets to see them. And there'll be other things coming out in the future, like t-shirts and stuff like that. But and if you're doing your own building and like that, then you've got the opportunity to have a one-on-one video conference with me to help you get your collection or get your restoration processes going. I'd be happy to do that for you. I want to thank all my Patreon team members, my hearse drivers, Jim Silva, Stacy Wright, Daryl Begtel, and Richard at Michio Woods Garage. Please check out their Facebook channels and their YouTube channels. Gravediggers, Aaron Murphy, Ed Ostrander, Andrew Hitchens, Bob DeNice, Les Jenkins, Wade Hendricks, and Trevor DeViz. Thank you so much, guys. Mortician level, Jake Rademacher, and Sam Pascal. Hope you're feeling better, brother. And Grim Reaper level, William Robinson, Mr. K7, and Dale Johnson. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me here today on Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. I wish you all that you all stay healthy, you and your family, and thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm going to keep cranking them out as long as we're stuck at home. Take care.